Hey YouTube, I'm back. I think we had a technical issue with the sound, so I've come back now. I'm Leah Lauder, mega church cult survivor, and I spent 18 years in a mega church cult, so now I come on and I expose them. Today, what I want to talk about is I want to talk about some cult exit because I've had a lot of survivors that have come forward. A lot of people are leaving at the moment. They're leaving these abusive church cult spaces, and I just wanted to come on here and give some advice, if I can, around cult exit. I'm going to go live on Insta as well. Hey Insta, we're live. I'm Leah Lauder, your favorite mega church cult survivor. I'm on live on YouTube and TikTok, so your the positioning might be a bit crazy. I'm here this morning. Oh, can hear you clearly. Oh, Ines, you're such a I love Ines. Thank you, babe. All right, so I'm going to be doing some cult exit. A lot of people are leaving. I'm aware that I'm putting a lot of content out there. And a survivor actually sent me a screenshot from a red thread, like one of these threads online. And it was actually someone who left, who was doing some research and also came across my content as well. So I'm going to give you some tips on what to do if you're thinking about leaving a church cult. So you've come to the realization, you've looked at the characteristics of a cult. Hey, on Insta, and you've come to the realization that you're in a cult. What should you do? First of all, don't tell anyone in the church cult space that you're in a cult. I'm going to repeat it again. Don't tell anyone that you think that the church is a cult, because if you tell people that you think the church is a cult, then what's going to happen is they're going to start to see you as the enemy. And what you're doing is you're just starting to process the trauma. You're processing. Is there no sound? Ines, can you go on my Instagram and check if there's sound, please? Because sometimes I think other people can hear me, babe. It might be your. Can other people hear me on Insta? So don't tell anyone that you're in a cult. Okay, that's the first thing, because they're going to start to manipulate you and talk you out of it. You need to give yourself some space and some time, or oh, you can hear me now. Okay, give yourself some space and some time to process the trauma, to process the fact that you're in a cult before telling them. Because remember, they've been indoctrinating you for however many years. Okay, so now that if you start to get those thought processes where you're trying to figure out if you're in a church cult or not, and then they come in and they start indoctrinating, it's going to be easy for them to manipulate you to stay. Okay, so you need to give yourself time and space to process your experience. How do you leave and still keep God with you? Okay, so Evolve, I'm going to keep it real. There's no guarantee. I've got to give you the truth. There's no guarantee. Some people deconstruct and they deconstruct God out of their psyche, because some people that leave, they become atheists. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you, Queen Ines. So I can't sell you a dream. Again, they teach a rhetoric in this church cult where they believe they have to go out and preach to every single one. I just don't believe. I believe that there's a chosen kind of select people that come under the kind of like the lineage of Christ, if you like, because it has to be revealed to you by the Holy Spirit, not by a man. So not everyone, just maybe not everyone's supposed to believe in Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know. I'm still figuring it out. So I'm going to say, if you're asking me in my lens, how and still keep God with me, that was my own individualized, personalized journey where I still held on to God. So I don't know how to tell people to hold on to God. It's a personal relationship. So you've got to go within. I don't know any other way but my church. I'm so lost. Oh, Evolve, my heart is with you. All right, babe. Do you know what? Let me give you a few tips. Okay, I'm going to give you a few tips what worked for me, Evolve, yeah? And you can try them because you just touched my heart. You just touched a little heartstring, and I was like, okay, let me tell you a few things. This is something that I told a survivor, and she mentions it all the time. You can do things like, because this is a personal relationship now, it's not religion. So you can go wherever you want and you can spend time with God wherever you want. Find a place that is like a space for you to spend time with God. It could be somewhere near a river. It could be a lovely park with a bench. It could be, I don't friggin' know. It could be a forest. It could be somewhere out. It could be a cafe. It could be a coffee house. Somewhere where you go I love God, but I don't feel loved by the church. Yeah, none of us do, babe, because they're synagogues of Satan. So we've got to try and get into nature. Do you know what I mean? Because what God is trying to show us is that we are the temple. Everything that we need is within. Okay, it's not external. Everything that you need, you can draw from within. All right, my love. So go out with your Bible if you can. Let the wind blow the pages of the Bible, and whatever that turns on, see that as a word for yourself. You can go and just, it's not even about necessarily doing all these praying and stuff. It's just about getting a personal relationship with God. Does this make sense? So it could just be that you're just sitting in nature and you're just saying your thoughts to God. That there's no rules on how to have a personal relationship with God. No one can teach you how to do it. Do you get what it's like when you get a new man? Are you a girl or a boy? When you get a new man, how do you build a relationship with that person? It's the same with God. You spend time with God, you talk to God. So you've got to build that. But oh, you're crying your eyes out. Oh, don't. You're going to get me emotional. And also love yourself. Because when you don't love yourself, that's when you're going to want to be in the company of those who abuse you. Do you see, babe? Yeah. Because you see ABUSE as love. And it might be, you might need to dip into your trauma, your childhood trauma. Did you have quite a dysfunctional upbringing? Do you have an unsecure attachment with one of your parents? Maybe you need to explore this time evolved. And the reason why I felt that you would have an unsecure attachment and perhaps not have the best relationship with your parents is because you said you feel lost being out of that environment. And they do kind of replace your family. They create this family environment, this sense of belonging. You'll probably have been very insecure. One of the highest risk factors for joining a cult and actually church cult hopping is low self-esteem. So what you need to do is you need to work on yourself as an individual in isolation. What does that look like for you? So for me, it looked like me addressing my shadow self. I had to look at, the fact that I get angry. I just get angry. I can't control it. I can't control my anger. I had to start looking after my mental health, going and seeking mental health support. Thanks for the follow. Getting diagnosed with BPD, getting diagnosed with CPTSD, getting a diagnosis for autism and ADHD. Understanding myself, because these labels are demonized in the church cult. So part of me taking back my power is addressing those fears and overcoming those demons, so to speak, and then taking my power back and saying I'm proud to have BPD and PTSD, and I'm going to help others. I'm going to turn that pain into power, and I'm going to support and help others and share my journey to create awareness. I'm so attached, and yes, it's low self-esteem. All right, so you need to do things to bring up your self-esteem, okay? So do things to make yourself feel good. Don't be looking a mess. If you're a woman and you look a mess and you haven't done your hair, you're not doing anything with your nails, you're not fixing yourself up, you're going to go deeper into depression. So you need to do things to make yourself feel nice. Put yourself first, and you have got the money to do it. Because if you had the money to be giving in offerings every day and be doing up giving in tithes and all of that, you've got money to spend on yourself per month. I'm talking to God this morning and you came up. Oh wow, so it's like a sign. Thanks, Miss Felicia. It's a sign. And that's the thing, girl. You just got to, because that's what they do. They make us codependent on the environment so that we can't get out. That's what they do. They keep us trapped in the self-sealing system. And Evolve, I just want to let you know, I've been so tired. I've been so mentally drained. My body I haven't been able to move from my bed since Monday. And I want to let you know that you coming on and saying all of this and being so open and asking these questions is giving me the strength to be on here and do this. And I do this for you guys. I do this for the collective. You've sowed so much into the church cult. Yes, and now you need to sow into yourself. You need to sow into yourself. What do you need to do for yourself? Do you need to go gym? Do you need to work on your skin? Do you need to get a new hairstyle? Do you need to start looking after yourself, getting your nails done? Do you need to get a new wardrobe? Do you need to get some new clothes? Get out of that pity party. Level up. Level up. Level up. Go and watch things. Learn about boundaries. Go on TikTok and put in, how do I have boundaries? How do I love myself? Self-love. Go and find content creators to follow that teach you how to love yourself. Thanks, Penn Darkwood. Go, and you've got to do it yourself. It's self-help now, because we're used to going to the checkout and getting help from them and them telling us what to do, dictating our life, telling us how to make decisions. We're not using our brain. So we become totally dependent on these church cults. So you've got to take back your power. Even, guys, listen, yeah. Even if we make a decision and that decision is wrong, you have made that decision for yourself. It doesn't matter. It's part of this. Look at the thumb up. It's part of this. It's part of the journey. We're supposed to make mistakes. That's how we learn. That's how we evolve. That's how we grow. Do you know that some of the richest people, some of the most successful people, they failed at their first attempt? And it was the resilience. They got back up. They fought for their dreams. They believed in themselves. They believed in their craft. They believed in their creativity. They believed in their vision. They believed in their business. They believed in themselves. There's never no success story that I've heard where they've just made it all of a sudden. That's why I see this movement as we're building something. Don't you get it? It's not going to happen overnight, because overnight success, it does happen though. And on TikTok, it just takes one video to go viral, and you know what I mean? So I claim it, baby. But I'm just saying that we're building something and that takes time. Yeah. So what I'm going to say is empower yourself. Listen to podcasts. Listen to podcasts with women who have left cults. There's loads of stuff on YouTube. Go in my content, engage with it. You go. No one's going to do it for you. I'll keep it real. No one's going to do it for you. There's no pastor to run to get counsel, to pray for, to do. You're on your ones. It's me, myself, and I. Do you understand what I'm saying? You've got to learn to depend on you, because guess what? The only one who's got you when it all falls down is you, B. Yeah? I remember I saw a TikTok and it was like, I love me. I get up in the morning, I clean my skin, I brush my teeth, I wash my hair, I look after me, I love me, I take care of myself. When you see somebody that doesn't take care of themselves, they don't LOVE themselves. That's why these first ladies, they can come and talk till the cows come home, but if you don't look good, I'm not listening to you, unfortunately. Because the way you look on the outside is a direct implication of how you feel on the outside, sweetie. So if your aura is all effed up, you're looking like haggard, you know, your aura, you're draining me as you're talking, you look a mess. No matter if you could tell, you can come and regurgitate, you know, memorize scriptures all day. But if you don't look good, I'm not going to listen to you. That's why I say on some of my videos, believe me, because I look good. Believe me, because I look better than most of the gal them in the church cult, and I'm 38 years old with 2 kids. All right. Yes, Felicia, that is so good that you're getting the therapy. I'm so glad. And that's what we need to do, guys. And as more survivors are coming out and going to their GP and saying, I've come out of church cults, I need therapy, the government are listening to it. Don't ever get it twisted. There's things that are happening behind the scenes, and I've got colleagues in high places, so I know what's going on. That's why I set up the CIC. So when these opportunities come and the funding drops, we are in a very good position to do what we need to do up. Because this is an epidemic. And I believe that God is just positioning me, because everybody's talking about it at the moment. So we need to, so again, instead of seeing this as like, you need to change your thought perspective, you need to change your perception, because your psychosocial views, you now need to frame through the deprogramming and the deconstruction of your mind. So you need to shift and change your perception. So I'm going to use this analogy of a glass half full or a glass half empty. So in this situation, because my life is destroyed, this is my opportunity, I'm free. And that's why you need to get out there. You need to, you know, establish some hobbies. Like I remember I was looking at art classes. I started painting on my walls. I started getting into art, jewelry making. I started doing, just trying everything. Just trying anything and everything. I even got this, and I will do it this summer. I'm gonna do it. I've got to do it, but it's a bit dangerous. I've got to make sure I get all the bits. But I started to learn how to do fire flame throwing. You know, they've got this stick and you light it on each end. It's like I've forgotten what they call it, but anyway, it's fire flame throwing. And I bought one of those and I was practicing. You know, I got into a Zoom movement, like doing movement. I did some pieces where I was expressing my creativity and just posting it online. Thanks for the follow, Pen Darkwood. Thanks for the... Ooh, people are following me, Joe. Fire spinning. Yes. Pen Darkwood. I got some followers for that. Fire spinning. And I was looking at... Because my mum's friend, he's just absolutely bonkers. Do I go to the beach on South Bank? Oh, to do the fire spinning. Yeah. You're describing a staff. Ooh, Pen Darkwood, message me. Are you into fire? Because I've been looking for some friends. We could meet up and go and do it together. So the fight, because you know, there's they've got like groups where they do the fire spinning. But yeah, I've got the staff. I've got the staff. No, I followed you because you're doing important work. Oh, that's so nice. You don't do fire spinning. All right. So I kind of got into hobbies, and it was getting me to like see these sides of myself. Like really, I'm really eccentric. I'm very alternative. You know, just starting to go it within like what I like doing, because I like the danger. You know, there's that danger side of me. So I need to get that fulfillment from somewhere. So with the fire spinning, you're a circus girl. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, you're a circus girl. So invite me if you've got any events, or because I saw that they have these like groups where they do fire spinning and stuff, and circus acts and things like that. And that's what I want to get into like this summer. And I've got it, and I'm going to start doing it again. So really going with it. This is an exciting time. Find out your hobbies. I never knew that I was a dancer. Like I could do this movement, and you know, and I created some beautiful pieces out of it. Yeah. So, yeah, I am. I mean, well, I'm in Kent, but I'm close to South. So South is the closest part in London to me. So that's, yeah. If there's anywhere in South London, I would love to come along. Oh, thanks for the follow, Mickey. So I've just created. Yes, I want to go to get into foraging. What's foraging? So yeah, so invite me, girl, because I want to get out there, man. I want to get out there. I want to start doing my fire spinning, and I'm gonna do a big piece. Hey, Kalula, I'm gonna do a big piece like before the year's out, because I've been practicing, and I've learnt to like throw it, and I can catch it, and I can spin it, and so I spent about, I don't know, maybe 3 months getting into that, and also I was exploring different dance movements so that I could do these pieces on the beach and have my scarf, and finding out what plants and flowers we can eat. Ooh, Felicia. Oh, I love that. Felicia, you know what you could do? You can also make cocktails, girl. You know, you can put them little flowers in the cocktail, girl. And we could do a little survivor link up, and you could all teach us about the flowers. That would be so beautiful, wouldn't it? Edible flowers in cocktails. You know me, I'm always thinking about a drink chair. They do foraging walks, a Jamaican owned apothecary in Dalston. Oh, look at that, girl. This is what I'm saying. This is why this space is so good. Because the algorithm, it just gets all types of people on here, man. Just people who are just free. And that's what I'm saying. And they don't go to church, but they fulfill themselves through other ways. That's what we have to do, because they've made us codependent on an institution and a building. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And that is not what life's about. We've got the whole world. The world is our oyster. Now we can do whatever we want. We're not controlled by the meeting at 5. You have to be at church at 7. You got to do this. You got to do. There's no constraints. We were like prisoners. It was Pharaoh. They were controlling our every move. Guys, we have freedom. I've been growing with my greenhouse. Oh, someone's got a greenhouse. Someone's looking into edible flowers. I'm doing fire spinning. There's so much. There's so much. Get yourself a blood clot animal, man. Do you look like dogs? Go listen, B. If you get a dog chair, you see them dogs that I've got. Oh my god, them dogs have kept me alive. I'm not even gonna lie. Them dogs keep me from bed rotting. If I'm in my bed, because I feel so bad for the dogs, I have to get up and clean the dogs. I have to let them go out in the garden. I got to clean their fecal matter. You get what I'm saying? In the garden. If my house, if there's not one thing that I've done, I could be severely depressed. But I won't leave my dogs to starve. Do you know what I'm saying? So having an animal, I could be doing a lot more. I'm not the best dog mom. I've got to keep it real. If I say that, it's that I'm not. But I just looking after them, like just the basics to keep them alive. It keeps me alive. I'm not even going to lie to you. And them dogs, they're crazy AF. They're like me. They're unstable and crazy. That's why I can't let them go. Because if I give them to someone else, I don't think they're going to be able to handle them dogs. So I've just accepted them. It's me and my dogs. I'll probably be buried with my dog. I love my dogs now, I'm not gonna lie. I do love them dogs, yeah. I became pagan at 12, so I can't relate to the church thing, but I understand the experience. Oh wow. Okay, girl. And do you know what? Pen? I'm so glad that, because in the cult, the church, they really do demonize paganism, even though Christianity is just repackaged paganism, Eurocentric view of Christianity, child. It's the God of the Romans. So I don't demonize pagans. I've met some lovely pagans. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I'm very alternative. Do you get what I'm saying? And very free. And I meet a lot of pagans, a lot of hippies, a lot of spiritualists. I love you. I love you guys. You're some of the most peaceful people, just full of love and light. That's what you're on. Do you know what I mean? And I know that there are some pagans that maybe do up more of the dark side. I haven't experienced or come across. So I'm not here to demonize. So everybody is welcome. So I'm so glad. I need to get a dog. Oh, Kalula said she's got 4 huskies. Get a dog, Lay Your Roof. I think that will be good for you. Oh, Lay Your Roof, we could go on dog walks. Get a dog, man. Oh, Pen said she's searching for a puppy right now. Girl, I got a Cavapoo puppy on the weekend. Oh my God. I can't believe it. Congratulations. What did you call her? I do have trauma around Christianity though. Oh, it's all right. Pen, I always like to say it because I know that you're one of the most demonized groups in society. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not further demonizing anybody. Do you understand what I'm saying? I love you. I appreciate you. If you do those practices and it helps you, it brings you peace, it brings you joy, you are more than welcome here. And please share anything that you want to share, because we had a woman who was a Voodoo spiritualist, and she was telling us how she has identified the same practices that they do up in Voodoo that they're doing in Pentecostalism. So we're very open here, my love. If there's anything you want to share about similarities that they do up in these fake Christian spaces, and it's you see similar pagan practices, or if you know of any pagan practices that they turned into Christian holidays, for example, the Festival of Lights for Christmas, Easter. Someone was teaching us about the goddess, I think it was Inanna or something around the eggs, this, that, and the third. Please feel free to share, because we are very open and we want to be educated. Oh, Luna, oh, that's lovely. You need to send me a picture. Yeah, or get cats. People have cats. Get an animal, because a lot of us, we just need an animal to give all that love and that attention that we're giving the men that are unworthy, giving us the bare minimum, ain't doing nothing, doing sweet FA. You'll get more love out of the dog. Go and get that. That's what I would say to us women. Go and get a pet. They've always demonized them. Oh, the woman with the cats, the old woman with the cat. But the old woman with the cats lives a long life, and she's happy with her cats, and she looks good because she doesn't have a man child stressing her life out and making her absolutely not a nutter. Yeah. Basically, the main thing I follow is, and it harm. The main thing I follow is, and it harm none do as ye will, and it harm none do as ye will. Well, Astara is the true Easter. That's a start. Roots of the Egyptian goddess Isis. Okay, because I know they amalgamated a lot of the practices that were there around that time. That thing that you've just said has gone completely over my head. What does that mean? And it harm none, do as ye will. Because I don't know why all of these things are demonized. Why can't everyone just be free to practice what they want? Why does it have to get really like wicked and like evil? And why do they have to start like breaking people down and demonizing people like if they don't believe in things? And why do they do that? The quote I mentioned basically means, as long as you don't hurt anyone, do what you want. Oh, okay. To be honest, I just feel like, I think we're in a spiritual war. I feel like the war is against light and darkness. So I feel like whatever people feel they have to do to protect themselves and stay spiritually connected, I just think everyone should be free to just do that. I think we need to move out of this. We need this era. We can't have religion having as much power and as much stronghold as they've been having over the world. We can't have it, because if it continues, it's just going to continue to destroy our world. I don't get bad mind people. That's what I'm saying. And this is why I like it when people that have different beliefs, they come in and they speak, and because then people can see, like, this is an energetic thing. This is about energy. This isn't like people can come and say, Lord, Lord. That's why it says they'll say, Lord, Lord, but God will say he doesn't know them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not about regurgitated scriptures and tones, because as Pen is saying, there's a lot of bad mind people. And guys, imagine, if I had discriminated the LGBTQ plus community, atheists, paganists, spiritualists, we would never have the information that we have now. the movement would not be what it is now, guys. Because I've even had LGBTQ plus men come forward and expose men of God, saying that they were chatting to them on dating websites. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I had come in here trying to act all squeaky clean and professional, I wouldn't have had women that have been getting their backs blown out by fake prophets and pastors. I have to make the women feel comfortable. That's why I'm on here half NAKED sometimes. I need my baddies. It's the baddies. It's the baddies in the church cult that are getting broken down. It's the baddies that are targeted. It's the baddies that are getting used and abused. It's the baddies that the pastors are sleeping with. So imagine if I've come on and I'm demonizing, and that's why they demonize. Because they want to shut down, they want to break down, and they want to isolate the voice of the women that are getting abused in there. That's why they demonize it. How I have been treated by Christians is not how Christians are supposed to act according to their doctrine. No, because girl, you know, a lot of them are not. They're not true Christians. A lot of them are Pharisees and Sadducees, so they're religious, and it hasn't changed. You get what I'm saying? From when Christ walked the earth. If Christ was to walk the earth today, yeah, they would call him a pagan, they would call him a wizard, they would call him a witch, they would call him a spiritualist. They would unalive him the same way that they did however many years ago, because it's EVIL, wicked men in these positions. They don't know Jesus Christ. They know the God of the Romans. They don't know Yeshua. They don't know Christ. That's why I always say churches like Charis, Church Cult, First Love, NGR, all of it. If Christ was to come and walk into that church cult, he wouldn't even be able to get to the stage to be able to get the mic and tell people that he has returned, because the ushers and the security would put hands on him brutally. Don't touch our man of God. Where are you going? You cannot go there. They've missed Christ. They miss Christ every single day. They're missing it in the way that they act. Christ can't dwell that sweet soul, that type of energy. Christ can't dwell in them EVIL low vibrational settings. Christ is not there. God is not there. He doesn't show up. It's a different spirit. You don't need to conjure in the Holy Spirit. They're conjuring in deities. That's dark witchcraft. That's dark magic. They're conjuring in the spirit. What spirit? The Holy Spirit is supposed to be living in us when you give your life to Christ. That's what they tell us. So why are they doing that? They're lying. Okay, I'm AUDHD too. Now I understand. I always knew what was what from young. Yeah, I'm getting diagnosed for ADHD and autism as well. I'm getting an assessment. The most spiritual people seem to have ADHD and autism. And that rule that they brought in America about the autistic kids the other day, I don't know. I think there's something I think there might be. I think there's something hidden. There's something that they're not telling us about this autism and this ADHD, because again, they've demonized it. So there's a reason that they've demonized it. I think that we are very spiritual, in tune people. I think they're trying to cut off whatever the way. I don't know. I'm still exploring. But let me know if this is making sense to anyone. My family were in the Jesus Army, and my mum is schizophrenic. She went poorly for years mentally. Oh my God! You know, I had a survivor that came on here from that Jesus Army. I'm so you lot were all living on the compound, innit? I'm so sorry, babe. That cult was absolutely terrible. I don't know how he got away with it in this country. I'm so sorry. Just sending peace, love, and light to you and your family, okay? And has mum got better now? But you know what? That schizophrenia, being in a cult like that, it was just a natural response, babe, to all the trauma and all the indoctrination. And is mum well now? We can think for ourselves. Have you not seen what that guy C said? You're so grapeable. Babe, I'd love you to try and grape me. I'd unalive you. I'd knock you out in the bridge of your nose. My brother's an MMA fighter. I'd hit you right here. I'd hit you right here, and then you won't be able to see, because there's a vein here that stops them from seeing. I'd hit you right here, and then I'd knee you in your balls, and then I'd put you in the back of my boot, and I'd torture you for 3 days and 3 nights, and I'd castrate you as well.
Technical education.
Don't mess with me, babe. I'm not the one. I'm not the MF1. I'm not the one. I would love to see you come and do that.
so they'll have the skills they need.
I've grown up with GMs, and do you think I don't know how to fight? Do you think I don't know how to defend myself if a man tries to come and put hands on me? Do you think I don't know how to protect myself in these streets? You lot really don't know who you're dealing with, man. Your mother's gonna get raped. Thanks for the follow. Woo! Pen said make him eat it. Oh God, I love you. Oh my God, let's give her a chair. Oh my God, Pen, I love you. I love that little dark side. She's making me want a pagan friend, babe. She takes it lower than Hades. She takes it lower than Hades' level of network of hell. Oh my God, I love you. Oh, Pen, you've got to come on when the trolls come on sometime. Pen, whenever you see me on live, come on, man. Oh God, she takes it there. I love it. I wasn't even thinking about that. Woo! She said, welcome to the underworld. Oh, I love it, girl. Oh, I like your vibe. Make sure you invite me, girl. I think we'd get on just fine. Let him eat it up. How dare you? How dare you? And he thinks even by saying that like I'm gonna feel like some type of way. I ain't, because I know I would love to see him try. I would love to see these man them that are saying that I look so grateful. They've never been in any type of altercation in their life. They've never thrown hands in their life. They're just little scared boys behind the screen. Do you know what I mean? The first time they get a bang in their face, it's like they can't believe it. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know how many times I've banged a man in his face and I've looked the shock because they can't believe that they've just been banged by a female? Don't play with me, baby. I'm not the MS1 chair. I'm not, baby. Me, I listen, sweetie pie. I'm not the one, my love. Because I'll defend myself. I'll defend myself to the unalivement of me. Even if somebody was did up that and unalive me, you would see that there would be signs. There would be signs of me fighting for my life, chat, and they would definitely be able to get his DNA out of the nails in my acrylics. I'm telling you that much. Don't play with me, chair. I'm not the one. And when I bite off these acrylics and they get sharp, don't play with me. I'm not. I am not the one. I am not the one. So if you're gonna come on here, I suggest you know what you're saying and you know what you're doing, because I'm not the one, babes. I'm not the one, because I play dirty. I fight dirty. I started typing what I would do, and then I thought, I know it's disgusting, but there's men. Do you know what? There's men like this on the internet. There's men. Do you know what? That's why I love it when these men play with the wrong woman. Did you not see that woman that there was a guy, a rapist, that broke into her house? Did you see it? But she was like a MMA or a kickboxer or something, and she mashed him up. And did you hear about that guy that tried to break into that man's house, and he was like a SEX offender, and he raped the men for like 3 days. Hey, GA, they're just gonna do it to the wrong person. They're just gonna do, and he doesn't know. I'm very protected, so whatever he wants to do up, chair, let him do up. Yeah, but it's just their sick minds. That's how most of the guys are thinking in the church. They love it. They love to get me and grape me and unalive me. That's how sick they are. That's their sick mind. That's how the trolls think. That's how Christian men think. That they're colonizers. That's what the colonizers did to our ancestors back in the day. They've got that type of evil, that wickedness that's in their heart. So they would get these evil, wicked thoughts of graping me and emming me, unaliving me, all of that. But it's no different from how I've been raised. There's better rapists and SEX offenders in the hood. I survived it, so I'm not afraid of nothing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I've been in a relationship with a rapist who raped me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he raped his girl. The whole reason why my ex went to prison and was on a PPI sentence was because he went and friggin' napped his girl because I found out they were cheating, and he TORTURED'd her for like 3 days. Do you understand? So I'm not afraid. I've been sleeping with a rapist. I might get locked off now. I've had those experiences, my love. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not afraid. Do you think I'm going to be afraid because you said you're going to rape me? I'm not going to be afraid, babe. That's been done, happened to me. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, my ex only unalived his ex because I felt like it's not. So if you come on and you say, oh, I look rapeable or whatever, do you think I'm going to be afraid and scared? I'm not going to be afraid and scared. Guys, I'm going to restart the live. Just stay on here. I'm going to restart it. I'm so sorry, YouTube and Instagram. I've had to restart it because I just really weren't expecting someone to come out with something so wicked and evil. Oh, my dogs are kicking off. I'm going to have to go soon so that I can clean my dogs, but I can stay on TikTok because I can move around. YouTube, what are you telling me, man? Come on, YouTube. YouTube, what are you telling me? Come on, man. What are you telling me? Have you want to ask me any questions? And on Instagram. But guys, honestly, I'm so glad that that comment came up so you could hear how wicked they are, because that's all they know how to do. These people have a wicked hearts, chair. And I think I'm going to come off soon. Actually, let me check if Thingy's got back to me yet. Let's see if more people are coming. Yeah, so guys, really and truly, you know, there's a lot that they do. There's a lot of psychological stuff that they do. Hey, Coco. But I want everybody to know, yeah, that the movement is really growing. Do you not see that the movement is growing? Oh, one of the trolls said that I look grapeable. Yeah, they won't use their real accounts, chair. They won't use their real accounts. But it's all right. I'm just, you know, I'm just gonna let it go. That's share. Anyway, I've got to let that go. I've got to release it because I can't let that negative energy stay on here. All right. So I was talking about cult exit strategy. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused and let's just talk about what we need to talk about. Yeah, and also they're just EVIL men. Do you understand what I'm saying, Coco? They're like the colonizers. That's why people like me exist. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they were graping up, you know, ancestors. So it's the same spirit, girl. Because it's just the colonizers' religion. That's all it is. So they'll come in and say I look grapeable. Do you know what I mean? They're just feeding over. It's just feeding off EVIL lave masters that are the, you know, their cult leaders personify it. They embody, that's what they are. They're lave masters. They're all in there picking in the cotton field and doing whatever they want. And they're misogynists. They HATE women, so they're sadistic. They get a kick out of sitting there and having visualizations of graping me. But it's like, oh God, babe, I don't even care. Like, I just, do you know what I mean? I just like to see one of them try, to be honest. Oh yeah, thanks, girl. Do you know what it is, girl? It's not even about my portion. It's just right now I really want to just put some hands on him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't worry about me. I get angry, babe. I don't feel emotions like that. I have BPD rage. I'm just trying to calm down so that I can do the live. I'm absolutely fine. I've been diagnosed with BPD, borderline personality disorder. So it's like the rage that I feel coming that I need to. I'm trying to. All right. Oh, 2017, you got diagnosed with BPD. Yeah, you're right. They did prove my point, and I'm going to screenshot the comment afterwards. Oh, hey, Leah, you're all right, my love. All right. So, do you know the BPD ADHD pipeline? No, I don't. Let me listen on TikTok because I listen for live in the background. All right, my love. No, tell me, my love. I want to talk about cult exit because a lot of people are leaving. More people are leaving now. So I think I said I'm going to go back to this because I want to do a straight sweep to help people who want to cult exit, what they need to do, how they do it. So firstly, don't tell them that you think it's a cult. If you tell them that you think it's a cult, because you're buying yourself time, because when you're in there, you can't just leave straight away. So you need to buy yourself time. So don't tell anyone that you suspect it's a cult. Don't tell anyone that you think it's a cult. You need to make up an excuse to buy yourself time. So what I did was I said that I didn't feel spiritual enough and I needed to seek God because I was living an unholy life. Because if you do something that puts the accountability back on you, that breaks you down, that makes you look like hyper religious, like you're not doing enough, you're not praying enough, you're not seeking God enough, they'll kind of like take their hands off you a little bit. Or another one that you could do is just act like you've sinned. You could act like you've slept with someone. You could act just to buy you a little bit of time, because then they won't let you do like certain roles or certain. You could just lie, because at the end of the day, you've got to lie to save yourself. And my pastor told me that. He taught me that. So if any trolls want to come and have some chat for me, you'll need to go and take that up with Reverend Edmund, because he said you've got to tell a lie to save yourself sometimes. Women can be misdiagnosed with BPD if they have undiagnosed neurodivergence. That's what Jex was telling me the other day. She said she got diagnosed with it and then the same thing. So that might be what happens to me, girl. Because I've got too many. I know I've got ADHD. I don't even need an assessment for that. I haven't been able to control my anger since a child, and it's such a toxic mix with gangs as well. And you know, like guys who are violent. If there's an ADHD, I can guarantee you that you see any girl that's in like gangs or moving with like gangs or like dangerous individuals, like they've got ADHD. Do you understand what? Like if she's about that life, like because that's the one they call when they want girls beaten up. That's the one they call when they want stuff done for it to get taken care of, and like a girl won't get detected or they need like a certain move. So them gal there, they usually have ADHD. They've got no sense of danger. They get angry. They're just ready to pop off. All right. So you don't tell anyone in there. You need to tell someone that you can trust. Thanks for the follow, babe. You need to tell someone you can trust, preferably someone not in the system. There are rare times when there's someone that's also trying to exit like you, so you can confide in that person. But what I would say is, if there's a person that you think might be leaving or having, don't be going and telling them, oh, it's a cult. Do you think it's a cult? Have little conversations, test the water, see where their head's at. Because sometimes you can form an alliance in the church cult and you can support each other to leave. And I would recommend that. I recommend that, especially if you've got like a best friend or a sister or someone that you came in with. Start to have your little talks so that you can start to exit out. I just had to block that guy. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, so get someone you can trust. A lot of the time you'll be isolated. You won't have spoken to family and friends consistently for a long time. You would have been completely disconnected from the outside world. So what I would say is, if you don't have anyone like immediate family, friends, whatever, you can call the Samaritans. They're not always good guys, but at least you got someone to speak to. You can maybe contact, I don't know, if you've got an old friend, maybe that all religions are right ideologies. Thank you, my love. That's your truth. And yeah, and I think that, yeah, I do see what you're saying with that, with the religions, because I believe in personal relationship and spirituality. So yes. So find someone to talk to, even if it's your GP. Go and speak to your GP, chat, anyone. You just need someone to speak to tell them about your experiences. Then once you've done that, you need to map your exit out. So I always liken it to going on a holiday. When you go on a holiday, you put the deposit down. You've got a date that you're working towards. You know you're flying out on the 20th of May or whatever. You know the time the flight's leaving. You start to prepare yourself. You start to pack. You start to buy any new things that you need. So it's the same with the cult. Have a date. Have a date in mind. This date, think about a time when you could exit the cult when you won't go as noticed. So for example, it could be, like that Christmas, like the Christmas holiday when they have like you have a few days off and then they've got their 9-night. You could kind of like just slip out. Thanks, Guna. Or there might be a certain time, I don't know, when there's a bank holiday, or I'm trying to think of, oh God, a perfect one is a wedding. If you're a couple and you're getting married, oh my God, the wedding is just perfect. Just elope. Just leave all of them, just elope and just go and get married, and then just never go back. Because when you're getting married, you'll most likely move address. A lot of things change. So just disappear, just get married and just duck out. That's what I would say to married couples. If you're a married couple and you're on the same page and you're in this church cult, that's what you do. You just duck out, or you have the wedding and then you never return, because they might help you. So just use them. Let them serve at your wedding. Let them do all the running around, and then you never go back. So there needs to be a date. What that date does is it solidifies it in your mind and it helps you to start getting ready towards your cult exit. And psychologically, like it takes 25 days to get into a habit. What that's doing is it's getting you into the habit of changing your mindset to I'm leaving now. It's like an abusive relationship. You need to firstly accept that it's a cult, accept that this is an unhealthy environment. You don't want it. And then you need to start figuring out your exit. Christmas is the best time to leave a church cult, to be honest. You can start the new year with a fresh start. Woo! Thank you, Emmanuel. Woo! Yes, yes, King. Yes, King. Until the end of our days. Yes. Do churches know the account, the actual book saying love thy neighbor? UTS talking about 12 tribes, neighbors, worlds, loving each other. Oh, thanks. I'm getting a little bit of what you're saying. You talk about the 12 tribes. Are you a Hebrew Israelite? Thanks for coming in and saying that they don't know about love in the book, unfortunately. That's why we're on here talking and sharing our experiences, and I'm encouraging survivors to exit their cults, because you need to have an exit plan in your head so that you know what you're doing and you can draw it all out and map it all out. Some people are really organized. You could create a folder. Do you know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to say to anyone who's thinking about cult exiting, listen, once you're leaving and you're not telling them that you're in a cult, say like you've given yourself a month or 2 months or 3 months to leave, you need to start collating all your evidence. Thanks, no filter. Take screenshots before you exit the group chat. Any messages of coercive control, any messages from the pastor where they've been forcing you or being rude to you or dictating to you or forcing you, messages, continuous messages from it. Screenshot it, save it, archive it, put it in another folder that's got a password on it. Don't delete it. Don't delete your pictures when you were in the cult. Don't delete things, man. Thank you, Alina. Thank you, Ines. That's the one thing I regret, and that's the thing that everyone regrets. Oh, damn, I deleted the pictures, man. I deleted. So it's like keep your evidence. Keep your evidence somewhere safe, okay? Keep it in a folder that you can't see on your phone. You can do that, all right? And also, if you're extra savvy and they've done you extra dirty, yummy. Thank you, babe. If you're extra savvy and I need to plug this in, chair. If you're extra savvy and you feel like, do you know what, they've done you so dirty and you just want to extra get them back, get closer to the pastor in the last month. Thank you, Guna. Get closer to the leaders and the pastors in your last months and get all the tea you can on them. All the tea. So that you can kick them where it hurts when you leave, chair. It's just about the evidence, because we need that evidence, all right? So to anybody that comes across this on YouTube, that comes across it on Instagram, I'm going to change this to cult exit strategy. I'm going to do some content, actually, new content. Thank you, guys. Thanks for you lot are feeling it. People on TikTok are feeling it all. So don't get rid of evidence. Do not get rid of evidence, and do not get rid of your old clothes unless you're going to sell them. But if you sell them, take pictures first. Keep all your pictures, because the first thing you want to do is delete every memory of these EVILMFs. But don't keep it, because you'll regret it. All right. So now you need to have a date in mind. Once you've got a date in your head, you're working towards that date. So what sort of things do you need to sort out? Firstly, this is going to be individual for everybody. If you're married and you need to divorce the guy because he's just as narcissistic as the cult, you need to start looking at your housing. Are you going to approach the local authority? Because a lot of women don't know that if they don't have work or they're on low income, they can go and approach the local authority for they can present at the local authority as an emergency housing need. Yes, we are there's a shortage of housing, like this, that, and the third, but they do have a duty of care. As a social worker, I'm telling you this, especially if you've got vulnerable children, because our duty of care will be firstly to the child. So if you have a child that's like, under 16, that is still seen as a child, by law, the government have to take responsibility for that child. So you can approach, present yourself at your local town hall and explain the situation, because it would be a DV situation, especially if there's been coercive control. You're also protected under the Domestic Abuse Act, which has intimate partner violence changes there, which cover women who are being abused through coercive control. Okay, so if you have a husband in the church setting that is being physically abusive, psychologically violent, then you can approach. Okay. Yeah, marriage ain't to do with paper, babe, but they've created an institution where they think it's to do with paper. That's why the single married men are out cheating on their wives consistently, my love, because it is just that. It's just a piece of paper, unfortunately. It's about connection and energy and vibrations. Okay, it's about who has a soul connection and a heart. That's why you have a lot of single married husbands that are married in living in unhappily married marriages, whilst their heart is with another. All right, my love. So once you've got your date sorted out, then you need to start to work on, so for example, your accommodation. Are you living in a uni accommodation with other students? Have you been housed by the cult? Are you living with the pastor? You might be married to the cult leader and you need to get out. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of situations like with the housing that may come up. I'm disassociating. Sorry, guys. I'm thinking of survivors as I'm speaking. Yeah. So some people may need to actually, save a bit so that they can, pay off whatever rent and get another place. You need to go and see your GP and tell them that, thank you, babe. You need to go and see your GP. Thank you, Pen. I appreciate you. You might need to, you will need to go to your GP and tell them that you've been in a cult for however many years. You've experienced coercive control, gaslighting, narcissistic abuse, modern day slave labor. Just detailing everything that you've been through and that you need some therapy. So get your therapy. You're kind of getting everything lined up for when you come out. So, because what's been happening is people have just been coming out and then it's been like, oh my God, what do I do? I was in a cult and I can't believe it. And now I've got no identity and I'm lost. And what I'm trying to do is empower, equip, and create awareness for survivors that are currently in the situation and clocking that they're in a cult and want to get out. So it's like giving you a heads up and a level up. So you're not walking out of it blindly. Thanks, Andy, for the follow. You're not walking out of it blindly. You're walking, you know what you're into, you know what you're in, and you're walking out and you're walking into your freedom now. So go to your GP, get some support, get some therapy, get on some antidepressants. Guys, if you need it, just bloody well take it, man. Do you know what I mean? Because you're just going to end up going into a schizophrenic episode. You're going to end up, it is a true epidemic. You're going to end up going into a schizophrenic episode, a psychotic episode. You're going to end up losing your damn mind. So let's prevent it, okay? If you feel like you're losing a sense of control, you're seeing risky behaviors, you might be sleeping around, things that are out of character. And obviously, I'm not talking about, there's some girls that just want to sow their royal oats a little bit because they've been in, they haven't blown out their back for 10 years. That's different. And you're just going for a little 304 stage because you're letting off some steam. That's different. But if you're showing like risky signs, like risky behaviors, like taking, DRUGS, you're just out 24 hours a day, you're not sleeping, you're losing weight, like that type of thing, that can happen, like very risky behavior. So I would say just get on the antidepressants to help to stabilize your moods and help you through this process, of trying to process and process everything that's happened. Okay. So go to your GP, sort out your accommodation. Also, I would get some sort of like hobbies or just something that you have when you come out, because remember you're in there 24 hours a day, going to meetings, going to prayer, Shabaya, Sataya, Kaya, Shataya. So that Shatakaya, Shataya, Yata. Whenever anybody is having a situation where they feel like their world's going to fall apart or they feel like they're being attacked, or straight away the programming, speaking in tongues, Shabaya, Sataya, Baba. So that's a coping mechanism. So if you don't have another, that's why people who were on DRUGS, were alcoholics or whatever, they've replaced that with the tongues. Do you understand? Mind-altered states. Because the reason why people go to substance and alcohol misuse is to go into that mind-altered state. So the speaking in tongues gives them the same actualization of going into that mind-altered state, yeah? So you need to find something else. Yeah, and you need to, is it art, is it whatever it is, you need to find something that can help to still still your mind, to help you get through the period of not being in a cult anymore, to just being outside in the world, and now you've got access to everything, to drink, to going out, to basically what they would call sin. So you need to have something there so that you can control those urges, especially the women, because we've been programmed that our desire and our heart is to a man. So that's where you're going to go, like, straight away. So you need to take your power back, center self, decenter men, and start to look at what feels good within, what you can do to build yourself up. Think of something you always wanted to do as a kid and do it. Yes, oh my God, pen. Feed the inner child, because you're going to start going on this healing journey of healing the inner child. Because a lot of us, the reason why we ended up in these settings were because of the things that happened when we were a child. So I'm like a big kid now. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's certain things I'll like buy for myself, you know, to just make that inner child happy. Like when I was saying to you, I want to go to the beach and I want to be amongst the water and I want to collect shells and I want to paint shells on the beach and I want to dance on the beach with my scarf and move and be under the sun and soaking in the vitamin D and just being free. It's the little things, like just being able to watch a sunset, like watch the sun go down, or being able to go just be in the grass, just be in the nature. Because Pen, I don't think you understand, girl, like every single minute of our time is just taken up. You don't even have the freedom to just sleep. Like just to just sleep. Like at the moment my body is just in shutdown mode. It's just this is the first time in years in my whole life, thank you, Leah, that I've been able to just rest my body. My body just needs rest, guys. It absolutely rinsed me out, and it's not only your physical, because they want every part of you. It's complete possession. It's your mind, it's your body, it's your soul, it's every single part of you. They want your mind, they want your body, they want your soul. Oh, Pen. And then they label someone like you evil because you practice paganism, but here you are, watering my soul and making me feel good. That's why people will forget what you say. People will forget what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that is why in these moments when we're exposing the church cults, like they can come on and they can back it and they can do whatever they want, but the body doesn't lie. And the body stores up and carries all the trauma. And their body is telling them that it's not a good place, it's not a healthy place. But these people are desperate. They are desperate. People are desperate, guys. They're really vulnerable when they step into these environments. My boyfriend was unalived in police custody. I was lost. I was wearing his clothes. I was walking around wearing black, wearing a big black sun hat. Completely lost my mind. And they took advantage of me. And they groomed me. And whether my pastor knew it or not, because he was groomed at 19 years old, it's just a cycle that they have in there. It's like there's this big monster almost like a vampire. That's why it's so weird. Like, I need to go and see Sinners again. They're like vampires. They just suck all of your energy. Like, these evil pastors, these cult leaders, they suck all the energy. And the Verdun practitioner, oh, the movie was so amazing, wasn't it? The Verdun practitioner that came on here told us that the reason why they like recruiting the young people, the kids, is the light. It's that they have this light, and they suck. That's where they get, like, they take in all their light that gives them the energy to further manipulate and gaslight and build these big empires, and it makes sense. They will pay. If it's the last thing I do on this earth, Dad will pay. He will pay for the situation that I find myself in and what my kids have had to go through. He will pay. If it's the last thing I do on this earth, he will pay. And I will unalive trying. Because my kids have already lost their mom. I've lost my mind years ago. I can't, do you know what I mean? I'm never going to be the same person I was. I can barely function. I've got nothing to lose. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know how long I'm going to live with all these health issues. Do you know what I'm saying? What am I going to do? I'm going to live my life in some little friggin'... I've got nothing to lose. Don't you understand? They took everything away from me. Hands in the cup. They took everything away from me. I've got, like, even my health. This is what I'm fighting to try and friggin' keep a hold of now. Kids are so impressionable. They are. That's why they love going for them. I didn't watch the trailer, so I didn't know what I was walking into. So much symbolism. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have been saying. Hey, Lexa Mistake. Hey, Hans. I hope his ministry is fading. So do I. I'm sorry, Leah, for everything you went through. God knows all and sees all, and God will deal with them in Jesus' name. Amen. Thanks, my love. I don't say amen to everybody because I don't treat the word of God and the power of God like a cheap McDonald's meal. I say it when I want it to be effective. It's a bit like, you know, like the power of God and things like that. It's a bit like a vaccination. You know, like if you keep taking antidepressants when you don't need them, eventually they just won't work and you'll have no protection. That's what it's like when you're using God's name in vain, and evil when you're wicked and you're doing up this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So a lot of these Christians, that's why I said they've got no power and they've got no covering, unfortunately, because they just don't understand spiritual things. Yeah, Pen, you've got more power over them as a pagan, actually, than any of these Christians. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're NAKED, because they give too much power to these things. Do you understand what I'm saying? They believe in it too much. They believe Satan has more power than God. So that's why there's a lot of demonic stuff going on in the church cult. Everybody's sleeping with everybody. You know, you got PDFs in there. You got them unaliving. You know, it's just the wickedness can breed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's just this EVIL environment. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, spiritual people don't let them kind of entities come in. And it's like, we could talk about sinners. Why don't they clock the evil, wicked Jezebels? Instead, they're giving the women who are faithfully serving, that they're pushing them out, they're breaking them down, they're abusing them. And then the women that are Jezebels and are sleeping with all the men in the church cult, they're giving them positions and raising them up to be pastors and this, that, and the third. That's what, because they're wicked. So they can't see in the spirit. They're just seeing themselves in people. And when they see themselves in people, they're promoting them. That's why there's a whole load of DEVILSs in leadership positions in the church cults. They're just a bag of devils. That's all. It's not God, guys. It's just, you know, we've got to get out of, that's why God said, Lord, Lord. They'll say, Lord, Lord, but I'll say, get away from me, you evil, wicked Satan. I don't know you. Do you get what I'm saying? God doesn't know them, chair. Oh, thanks, Leah. Oh, thanks, Adele. Tracy B, thanks for the follow, girl, and joining the team. Thank you. Even on a humanity level, mind, religion. Humanity level, mind. Do you mean mind over religion? You're telling the truth, Leah. Thank you, SA beloved. Do you know what it is, babe? Like, it's just, I'm just saying what happens, what goes on in there. And that's why they HATE to see me coming. That's why the trolls are coming on here saying that I look rapeable from the church cult. There's Christians that have come onto my live today and told me that I look rapeable. It's all right, Tracy. It's lovely to have you here, my love. So to be honest, they're going to be getting exposed until the day I unalive. I've told you, they're just full of grapists in there. The guy came on, everybody saw it on my live. You saw it. This is what they do up. I was thinking about that same scripture. Yeah, but girl, don't you realize all of the scriptures that expose them and out them and like shine a light on all of their deception and they don't really quote those scriptures, or they'll quote them quickly, but there won't be emphasis on them. There's a lot of emphasis on the things that enforce the control and which is a lot of Paul's scriptures. So if you are going to a church cult and they're preaching more from the New Testament, but specifically Acts and beyond, so the Romans, Titus, those books, Corinthians, especially if there's a lot of use of Corinthians, because in that book of Corinthians, he was talking to them, there was a lot of rebuke. So the heavy shepherding movement, it was actually birthed out of those types of abusive scriptures. Well, they're not, they've interpreted them and made them abusive. Okay. So if the cult that you're in is preaching a lot about Paul, yeah, it's a temple of Paul, not a temple of Christ, not a church of Christ, because you know more scriptures that Paul said than you know more about what Jesus Christ said. And if you ask these another way that you can tell if it's a cult, yeah, is ask them to explain the scriptures to you. Explain what it means for their life. Get them to get in touch with their feelings, empathy, and emotion. They won't be able to do it. If you are getting a regurgitated robot, hey girl, if you are getting a regurgitated bot, oh, because Romans 8:28, how do I heal? Oh, Romans 8:28 tells us all things work together for the good of the Lord. So as you try, no, how did you heal? Oh, Romans 20. When I look at Romans, how did you practically heal, baby? What were the steps you took? Can you tell me so I can practically heal? How do you pay your bills? Tell me so I can. There's no practicality in there. There's no practicality in there. They'll teach you how to speak in tongues and to have your head in the clouds, because they want you to be so far removed from reality. You don't come on my live like that. It's not that type of live. Why you would feel like, no, you cannot, unfortunately. Where are you from? What's your name? Block them. Elita, block him. Block him, Elita. I ain't got time for that. Thanks, Queen. I ain't got time for them today. I'm being so real. Because I'll get everything locked off today. I'm keeping it an actual buck. Like, seriously. Oh, you're there already. Have a great time in Marbella. Emmanuel is saying they're all talk and no action. That's exactly what they are. All talk and no action. They've got nothing to back it up. All talk and no action. They can talk the talk, but they can't walk the walk. So it's all lies. That's what I'm saying. It's all lies. And that's what your clock is, that there's a lot of lies in there. There's a lot of talking and not a lot of doing. The only doing that you'll be doing up is going and recruiting people from outside, yeah, love bombing them to bring them in. Another thing I want to say is, with these church cults, you'll see that when it comes to them blessing us, whatever, doing something over our life, sowing into our life, whatever, it's spiritual, it's prayers, it's invisible blessings. But when it comes to us having to reciprocate it, it's monetary, it's very much physical. You can feel, sense, touch, but when it comes to them giving us something, it's prayers. Shakaya Sotonobo, you will be a mighty man of God. You will be a mighty warrior. Oh, Pastor, I just lost my job. Oh, come, let me pray for you. May the Lord open the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. May God give you the courage and the boldness to get the job. I pray for favor. I pray for these times you've been giving your tithe for 10 years. 3 bills a month you've been giving them. Can someone work that out? Who's good at maths? If you were giving the church £300 a month for 10 years, how much would that be? So now this woman's been working in the church 10 years. She's been giving her tithe consistently. Now she gets made redundant after 10 years. And the pastor says, come, let me pray for you. But she's been giving her tithe consistently for 10 years. Is someone working it out? Because it's going to be, you have to work out how much 200 a month would be. So how much it would be for a year, and then times it by 12. Trust me, I stopped paying tithe too. I use it on my car. Oh, brilliant. I love that. Woo! You're freaking joking. How much is that? 300? No, it can't be £432,000. Are you being for real? If you pay, no, £350. a month for 10 years. Is that how much it is? Are you sure? Yeah, no, not 350. Yeah, 350. But that's the kind of money that they're making, guys. Can you imagine? However he's worked that out. Can you imagine that kind of money? 432 bags. Yeah, so what's 300 times 12? GA, are you going to do it for me then? If you do 300 times 12 and then times that by 10, 42 grand. 42 grand. That's why I said I gave them over 50 grand, because for my tithe alone, which I paid consistently for that whole time I was in there, it was well over 42k, because I was paying well over £300 a month, because your girls are baller. You know them ones. You'd get a better return on the S&P 500. What's that? What's S&P in 10 years? Lol. Well, whatever he's saying, some sort of investment is true. You know what, guys? You'd be more beneficial just leaving the money in the bank, saving it, wouldn't you? You know, because some of them banks, they give you money in it when you leave your money in there and you don't touch it. 42 grand for 10 years. The US stock market, yeah, you're right. 42 grand for 10 years, guys. So there are people in there who are given that kind of money, and that's just the tithe. That's just the tithe. That's not included. I can see some of you in here, £1,000. Some of you can give 1,000, 200, £100, £50. They're giving that every week. Minimum £10, £20, £50 when they're calling up for these offers. They're giving that a minimum. I was giving them minimum 100 to 200 bills every Tuesday when I would go to that, because I was young, working 3 jobs, youth worker, shared a comment, like just living in a room. You know, I was giving all my money to the cult. And I'm a beautiful girl. I don't need that much to look good. So I wasn't getting like loads of, and you know, and another thing as well is the girls don't get designers. They don't get like, I'm talking about my cult though. They don't get like, they can't buy themselves like nice things. Oh, thanks, PY. They don't like, you'll just get yourself like just the stuff that you need to get by, because it's like Mormonism in there. It's very plain Jane. They wearing like clothes like a grandma, like very plain type of clothes that they're wearing. They're not, there's no style, there's no authenticity. The women don't have any desire to look good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they have to unalive that femininity in you, because it's that femininity that will make a woman spend money on herself, to look good, to treat herself, do you know what I mean? Yeah, they've been chopping, man. They've been chopping. That's why I'm saying that, you know, that gospel church cult that's only got like 30 people, the people in there have good jobs. So if you imagine that these people are on like 70, 80k a year, some people are on 6-figure jobs, they're giving like 300 to 500 bills a month in their tithe. Do you get what I'm saying? So with one person alone, the pastor is getting about, well, that's over 10 years. But if we times it by a year, but do you see how they're getting to pay off their mortgages? Because they're getting like, they've got 25 people giving 42k over 10 years. Of course they can pay off the pastor's mortgage. So imagine these pastors that have hundreds, thousands of churches worldwide, like my pastor, but he's feeling it there. I know he's feeling the financial. Do you know what? I just felt so sensually exhilarated just then, with the thought that I've affected the income of the entire denomination. Turns me on. I saw Dag on there telling people, oh, even if you give $5, it's the intent. When I heard him say that, I said, ooh, someone's begging for bread. Healer, 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 healer. I love listening to my Amapiano. Such spiritual music. I'm just so protected. I'm just so woke. They could do whatever they want. They're not here. Because even if they did something to me now, I've done enough. I've exposed it enough. My content, the legacy, it will live on. It lives on in the survivors that have left, that have deconstructed and deprogrammed. I'd be so happy. Like, I feel like I've achieved a lot. I would be happy if I unalive tomorrow. I don't even want to be here anymore. I've got so much trauma. You know, I'm ready to just live my life, man, on the other side, like peace. You know, like I've been through so much. I'm not afraid of unalivement. And no matter what way I go, it is what it is. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't have control over me, because one of the things that they control over you is fear through unalivement. But we're divine beings. We don't unalive. We just go on to a new phase of life. That's all. There's many different, you know, this planet that we live on is multi-dimensional. There's many dimensions and spheres. Why, as someone who doesn't identify as Christian, why have I got more faith? Why have I got more faith? Why have I got less fair in me than the Christians in, like, unaliving and stuff? That's why they don't have any power. It's in the psyche. They're powerless. Oh, all right, Felicia. Oh, you're such a queen. I'm gonna go soon as well, because I'm thinking it's quite nice and sunny outside. Maybe I should try it. But guys, again, it's my energy levels. As you can see, look, I look like I'm gonna fall asleep. On days like this, it's sunny outside. It's beautiful sun. I can't even to get up. You know, to get up and go out. It's my body feels so heavy. Just from my health issues, you know. But I'm a homebody anyway, I'm not here. But you can see in my eyes, you see when it gets like this, I'm not too well. Does anyone GA saying Bishop TD Jakes is another one? Oh, he's just a mess. That one is a mess. He's supposed to be LGBTQ plus, isn't it? Do you remember when that scandal came out? All of a sudden he's disappeared. Now Sarah Jakes is the head of whatever. Because they got receipts. Then people have receipts, man. They've paid them off probably. These men of God, yeah, they've got a lot of money. They can easily give someone like $1 million to silence them. That's how all of these celebs have been getting away with stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got the money to, like, pay the people off. Like, that's what they do. So anyway, guys, unless you haven't got any more has anyone got any questions before I go? I'll most likely be on late. But I'm going, if I'm still going to meet up with a survivor, then I might not be on later, but I might be. It all depends. It all depends on the time. Have I got a hula hoop? No. Do you think I should get one? Does that release tension and stress? Because do you know what? I've got some, my little girls would love that. Oh, it does. Oh, okay. I'll go and get some hula hoops with the girls. And when they come back from their dad, yeah, lay your roof. We have to. When they come back from their dad, I'll go out because it's sunny. Oh, we could do that on the beach. Yeah, Pen, DM me, man. I think we should meet up. I think we would vibe. I'm gonna do that with my girls. Thank you for that, girl. Yeah, I never would have thought do some hula hooping on the beach, like with my girlies, and then I can do little prizes. Oh, they're such thieves. Oh, Priscilla's tried to get me started. Oh, that is such a wonderful idea. Oh, I love that. Yeah, because I'm going to do a little getaway with them in the summer. I'm going to go and rent an Airbnb. You know, my kids are so feisty. I rented an Airbnb, a lovely woman, absolutely stunning. She had a beautiful house. It was so magical. And we stayed there for like 3 nights. You know what my kids said to me afterwards? Mommy, I want to go away, but I don't want to be with someone in their house. They're just like their father. God, it's the Nigerian blood. You know, they're so bougie. I want to be in a hotel, mummy, where we could go down and I can get the breakfast in the morning. Can you imagine? Do you know how much I paid for that friggin'? It weren't cheap, you know. These kids, because we had the whole downstairs bit. We didn't even need to go up into the house apart from the kitchen. And they prepared us breakfast. They used to give us breakfast every morning. And she used to make jam. She was lovely. My kids said, no. My kids said they don't. They said they don't want to be in the yard with the woman, get an Airbnb. That because I didn't realize it was that set up until I got up slow. So yeah, we're gonna be on the beach with the hula hoops. I'll let you know how it goes, Pam, because I just love that idea. So they're gonna absolutely love it, and me getting involved as well on the beach. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. Thank you. So I can't wait. But yeah, man, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope people got enough out of this. Again, with Cult Exit, That's what I'm feeling like. It will bring up that vibration, like the joy, definitely. With the cult exit, find someone you confide in, get someone you trust, have a date in mind, have a date that you're leaving, and stay to that date. Contact your GP, get your therapy in place, get some sort of hobby, reconnect with family, reconnect with old friends. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what friends are going to be open to speaking with you. And a lot more people have more understanding around church cults now. You never know, your old friends could just be waiting to just welcome you back. You know, connect with family if you can. Try and find support groups online that can support you. There's the Family Survival Trust, which is a group that helps survivors that have left church cult abuse. So, and again, you know, you need to sort out your accommodation. If you need to leave, if you need to move, block people, disconnect them. Think about a good time to leave. Christmas. It could be, I don't friggin' know, just a gap, you know, like when they've got a little bit more breaks or they won't be on to you as much. Find a time when you can slip out. Do you know what I mean? Maybe the pastor might travel. The pastor might be traveling somewhere to preach. So it might be easier to just slip out and then just block them all. Because with a narcissist, they're narcissists. You got to go no contact. There's no, oh, I just want to talk to this person. I just want to. They're not Rebecca that you came into the cult with. They're indoctrinated Rebecca. They're just gonna sit. You're just gonna be hearing the pastor's voice, not her voice. All right, guys. So I'll be back later, God willing. All right. So I'll see you all later. Pen, you're gonna message me, aren't you? And also, girl, please follow my main account, Leah Lord the Seven, because this is a backup. So I have to have 8 accounts just to speak my truth. You too, my love. Get out into the sun, girl. Go out into the sun. You know, go out into the sun. Go on the grass, man. Have a beautiful day, Leah. Have a beautiful day, everybody. I'll be back soon. You might even catch me. I might do a little get ready with me as I'm going to meet the survivor, because I'm supposed to be meeting her. Guys, I was going to get my nails cut down, but I just love them so long and big. I don't know how I'm going to do anything when they start growing out, but I just love my nails long down. I just feel like it's just a bit of me. Do you know what I'm saying? So thank you, guys. Love y'all. You're absolutely amazing. Let me say bye to Instagram, YouTube first. YouTube, I'll be back later. Love you. I'll be back later. Subscribe and share.